Welcome to Not Factory Approved. Today's adventure is checking this Award trailer, which is quite a unique make. Quite a few good features about it. But I'm checking the brakes, bearings, and seals. So I'm starting on this side. Jacked it up. And since it's on dirt, I put some boards down there. And then the jack stand in the middle. Let's see what we find. We bought this trailer a year ago, and now finally we have an opportunity to use it, coming up real quick. I just noticed some of the trim bits have suffered in the winter. It wasn't like that in the fall. Have to replace those. But basically it's a really well built trailer. It needs a bit of work. It's a Canadian one that was made in Ontario. This is a 90 or 92 rather, and I think they went out of business in 95 or 6, but it's got quite a few neat features. It's an aluminum frame. It's obviously easy to tow in the wind, which our previous trailer was not. It has a 40-gallon tank for black water, and I think it's 40 for domestic water as well, potable water. Fresh water's up front, black water's at the back. I'm not sure if it's, I haven't looked to see if it's got a separate gray water tank, but I'm in the process of checking bearings and seals and brakes, since we don't know what its history really was, and I'm not sure the people who had it before us know either. So, first problem I've come across is that the trim piece has to come out. 3 screws and it slides out. You can see it's starting. I've started to move it there. Looks like I get a rare bit of good news. The brake lines there's more than half left. Brake linings rather. And they're evenly worn. That's another good sign. The grease is clean in spots. That means it's been changed fairly recently. The seal is showing a good track on the spindle. The brake actuator is smooth. It's not grooved at all, very slightly. So that's good. Everything looks good. Here I was thinking I'd have to replace brake lines and do bearings, and I'm just gonna not do that, but I will pull out the bearings and have a look at them. But it was a good sign to start with, because the cap was clean, so that kind of indicates that it was worked on not too long ago. But I will check this wheel as well. Technically I should check all 4, but I'm not sure I will. But basically, to start with, I will clean up this side. You can see the torsion bar suspension there. That works really well. And the aluminum frame. Aluminum and fiberglass body. The body is fiberglass and the roof is aluminum. So they've got a pretty good reputation, these trailers, and I can see why. Too bad they're out of business. Okay, now to clean up the spider webs and check the bearings and so forth. The brake drum also looks good. It's nice and smooth inside. It's got some rust to get rid of. Let that fall out. Now here's the bearing. And it looks nice and clean. No blue spots, no scoring. I think somebody replaced these fairly recently. Likewise on the race. It's got a couple of streaks on it, but no scoring. I think that's okay. That back. And put it back on. If you want to see a video on repacking bearings by hand, then there are lots of them on YouTube. In fact, I know I've done one in one of my videos, but I can't remember which one. There you go. Take the nut. And these get done up so that there's no wobble. And then a little bit more, but not much. And you are limited to the number of castle points versus the hole through the middle. There, back it off. Turns nicely. It's a bit of play there. Play there. Might have to check it again with the tire on it, so I have some more leverage. But now to do the back one. Well, maybe I should actually just put this on first. Hubcap. You have to put 3 on. Adjust it, and then take them off. So I put the wheel on just so I have more leverage. So right now there's no play. I'll back it off just to show you. Turn it off one groove. I can feel that. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I can feel it. So now my next choice is there, and that's no play, but it still spins well. So that's about what you want. Hope that helped. I should add that you should always use a new split pin. Here's the one that was in there. I could reuse it if I wanted to, but I will use this one instead. So it has to go in far enough that the dust cap doesn't hit it, or it'll be rubbing against the dust cap. The dust cap rotates and the hub spindle does not. Clean hammer, tap that in, pull this back, make sure that it will clear the dust cap, and you can cut this one off about there, just so it's inside, and then push it in. So it also will clear the dust cap. There. Not going to hit. And this goes on. Make sure it's clean. This is not. There you go. Tap it in until it seats perfectly. I'll take the wheel off and put the center hub, the center cap back on. And it should also mention, make sure you retorque the wheels. Nothing more exciting than having a wheel coming off. This one says to torque it to 96. It's got a label on it. Foot-pounds. So I will do that. And it says to retorque them again after 25 and 50 miles, but that I won't do. It'll be 50, somewhere between 50 and 100 kilometers, or around 50 miles or more. Retorque it. I'm taking this old screwdriver and just trying to get the cap to move off. This one also is nice and clean inside. There we go. Now I can pry it off. Oh, it's moved in a bit on this side. There. Got dirt in there, I hope. Not running on rivets. There we go. Some people beat these off with a hammer that way. I find it dents the cap. Funny that. Looking inside, the grease is all nice and white there. I'll take it off anyway. Side cutters work good for this job. Needle nose pliers too, but I find side cutters are easier. It's the beauty of working outside. Detritus galore. There's a bump where the hole is, spindle. Not as much dust in this one. Once again, a little better than half the shoe left. Try not to put any dirt on the spindle. If you find the distance is not right for the castles, the slots to get it at the right tension for the hub, you can always shim it and adjust it accordingly. If you don't, you can buy shims at a lot of different places, and if you don't have the right ones, you can always make one out of shim stock, which is not very expensive either.
Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or even notify, or any of the above, or all of the above. Thank you.